What's good, YouTube? This is Cave God here, back with another one. Last video, I kind of touched on spirituality, religion, and just kind of my thoughts on what it all is and what I believe in, for the most part. Left a lot of stuff out, didn't have enough time. But I think today, what I really want to talk about is current events again. I mean, these guys are pushing, and by these guys, I mean the elite. I'm talking about Fox, CNN, these politicians, the left-wingers. They're really trying to push a race war between us. And if you didn't already know that, you got problems, man. You need to wake up. You need to see what's really going on around us. You know, they use the death of George Floyd to spark a race war. Whites against blacks. Because of so much racism going on between police and this and that. Look, I've never personally, and you know, being a person of color, I have never personally just dealt with a shitty officer, like someone who just didn't give a fuck about me, or, you know, I felt any type of, you know, prejudice or racism coming from them. I've yet to encounter it. I'm 28 years old. I've been living on this earth for a while, and I've yet to encounter too much of that coming from police officers, even from people. Like, I'm not saying it's not out there. Obviously, it's out there. Everybody sees the videos. Everybody sees, you know, certain people acting a certain way. But it's not out there like what people are trying to perpetuate. Like my best friend's white. You know what I mean? Or one of my best friends is white, I should say. I have a few, and they're really close and dear brothers to my heart, man. And all this nonsense is, you know, they're pushing this race war on us, and they're pushing us against the police, which I believe the police need some type of reform. They need some type of reform to where they're a lot more easily able to be held accountable for their actions. Because once they step above that line, man, once they go up and beyond, then they stop being an officer and following the law, and they start pushing their own opinions and violating our rights. They're done. They've lost their what's it called, qualified immunity. They're no longer sovereign citizens once they go past that boundary and stop acting under the color of law and start acting under their own will and their own opinions. And that's where they need to be able to be held accountable by us, by the people. Not in internal affairs, cops investigating other cops, cops getting off. We don't need that. We need somebody to be able to hold these police officers accountable for the actions that took place. Now back to George Floyd. Tragic. And I know all kinds of shit's been coming out about his past, and he was this, he was that, you know, and none of that really matters. None of that really matters. The point of the matter is, George Floyd was a man. He lost his life due to police brutality. And of course, all those police officers are being held accountable. And I'm for all that. But the divide that they're pushing between people, that's the underlying issue. That's a problem. That's where we start seeing each other differently. And until we start using these terms like white, black, Mexican, whatever, and we just start becoming people. Well, actually, I take back Mexican, because Mexican's actually a nationality. You know, it's a place. There's no Blackadonia. There's no White Ethiopia. There's, you know, they're white and black. That's not a place. Canadian, you know where they're from. Europeans, you know where they're from. You know, you can say Americans for us, but pretty much anybody in the North or South American continents are Americans. Brazilians are Americans. Mexicans are Americans. They are North American people. So I kind of hate how we kind of use that and kind of make it our own. I know this is the United States of America, but they're part of America as well, the continent, and so is Canada. So I just threw that in there. But we got to stop, man. We got to love each other. We got to see each other for who we are. And you know, it's not always easy to love your brother or your sister. It's hard, man, because you know everybody has their own way. You know what I mean? Everybody's on their own path, and they see their own truth in their own right. You know what I mean? So we can't push our opinions and stuff on people who don't want it, because they're not going to accept it. If anything, you're just going to push them further away from the truth that you're trying to bring out. You know. But in the end, man, it's all about love, man. I said it in my first vid. Christ was a message of love for all of us. And until we start to love each other and love ourselves, nothing's ever going to change. And these politicians are going to keep pushing these agendas. Every time you look at the news, it's something else. What was it for the longest time? Corona. Now it's George Floyd. What's next? Something pops up and they start blasting the screens with it. And it's fucking programming us. It's blasting the stream. You're seeing this all day, hearing it on all your social medias, and you become entranced by it. You know what I mean? You become entranced by it. And I may be a victim to that, because I've seen this stuff going on, and I felt like I had to, you know, get something out there and say something. Didn't really matter who's seen it. I hoped a lot of people seen it. And once again, those are just my opinions, and they're up for debate always. You know, if somebody has a better truth than mine, then I will willingly accept it. But the point is, the word of the day is love. Love somebody today, man. Not physically neither, right? You know what I mean? Well, you could do that too. But love them with your heart, man. Love somebody with your heart. You know, love somebody like you would want them to love you and take care of you, man. You know, look out for your friends, man. Look out for your family. Sometimes you gotta look out for a complete stranger, you know. Some people even willing to put their lives on the line for somebody else. I think once we get to that point, as a human species, as mankind, or womankind, whatever, people, we'll start to see a change and things will be better. Now, if we'll ever get there, I don't know. I'm just talking. But I feel like that's what we need to get anywhere in life, man. Just stop running in this fucking circle of life, because it is a circle. All right, man. Cape God out. Peace.